Hi, y'all. It's Elaine from Penguin Place. It's Saturday, around noon. And yesterday I had a bit of a frantic Friday that led to a bit of a madcap morning for me. But now I think I'm doing better. I'm sort of caught up, and I'm looking forward to being productive for the rest of. Well, I was productive this morning. Getting back to the stuff that I need to get done. Getting back to my regularly scheduled programs. Okay, yesterday's madcap or frantic Friday actually started on Tuesday when we got our Misfit Markets. Misfit Market, is that what it's called? Order. I had done that before and canceled the service, and then this winter I redid it because that way I could get some fresh produce other than my regular shopping day to help tide me over. I, I maybe do it like every other week. Well, this week I did it. There was a mistake in the order. We had ordered a chopped kale salad kit. We got shredded carrots. So that was Tuesday. I had that kale salad planned for our dinner on Tuesday. So I'm saying to my husband on Wednesday, I got a bag of shredded carrots now in the fridge. They sent the wrong thing. They didn't send the kale salad, they sent shredded carrots. What am I going to do with shredded carrots? My husband said, carrot cake? Well, there's just the two of us. You know how long a carrot cake would last for just the two of us? So I thought, carrot cake muffins. Because we like having muffins for breakfast. So on Friday morning, instead of just having like a quick bowl of cereal or oatmeal or toast or something like that, I'm making carrot cake muffins. So I had Googled a recipe the night before, like 11:30 at night. My husband was already sleeping, didn't want to do the printer while he was sleeping. I took a picture of the laptop screen to get the ingredients. This recipe, in the ingredients, said like 2 cups shredded carrots. Shred them yourself. Do not use prepackaged. Then down in the instructions for assembling the ingredients, they said, do not use pre-shredded packaged carrots because they won't have as much moisture, so they won't cook as well, and you'll end up with these little bits of dried carrot sticks in your muffins. The whole reason I'm making these muffins is to use up that bag of carrots. So, and there was also a note about if you don't want your carrots to be as visible in your finished muffins, you can put them in a blender and chop them up finer. Okay. So I dumped the whole bag of carrots into my Ninja. And I added 2 tablespoons, quarter cup. I just dumped in some water. Gave them a good shred. Okay. Made the muffins. And of course, with recipes, I am the same way I am with patterns. I can't resist doing these little tweaks here and there. I tossed in a handful of raisins because carrot cake needs raisins. And I tossed in a handful of nuts because muffins need nuts. They turned out really well. I will have to remember to put the link to the recipe in the description. And I need to send it to my girls because they turned out very well, even with gluten-free flour. That scared me. The fact that it said, if you use pre-shredded carrots, you're going to end up with these dry sticks of carrot in your muffins. Well, gluten-free baked goods do have a tendency to be on the dry side to start with. So if I'm making a dry muffin with dry sticks in it, not going to be good. So I'm glad that it all turned out. Okay. And I got an Etsy order in the morning. And then there was somebody buying one of my monsters. And then there was a message saying, can I add these two monsters to my order? So I messaged her back and said, well, I would, I'd have to cancel the order and then put all three in one order. And I said, I can make a custom order combining those two monsters and only put on $2 shipping, which would be what would be added. Like if she added two more items, each item adds $1 to the shipping. So I can just do these two with $2 shipping and okay. So I searched and found those two monsters, got a picture of them, got the custom listing put up, but I guess I skipped a step. I could see a little green box that says you have created a custom listing. Click here to preview it. And or click here to see the listing. So I thought she could see that box too, and she could click and see the listing. Well, apparently I needed to click through there and click on something else to get it up and going and send it to the customer. So I'm out shopping and she's saying, did you forget? I can't see the listing. And, I'm in the grocery store and I'm trying to get my shopping done so I can get home. And I thought that I had it. And then I'm on my phone. I finally got the listing to show. And she still couldn't see it. So I went to Etsy and clicked on share the listing and pasted that thing in. And then once I got home and had lunch, I got on the laptop and tried sending it from the laptop, and then she could see it. Okay. And going shopping. That things just weren't going smoothly yesterday. When I went shopping, okay, I kept it low. I stuck to my shopping list, didn't buy a whole bunch of extra stuff. I go to check out and I pick the shortest line. The lady in front of me drops a glass bottle, breaks, stuff is all over the floor. So they had to close down that line. And I had to go to another line. I picked the shortest one, and now the longer ones are even longer. So eventually I did get out of the store, got home. As I'm having my lunch, I pulled out my current puzzle proofing assignment to work on a few puzzles as I'm having lunch. And I realized that on the day before, on Thursday, I didn't do my quota for the day, which had been, I think, like 3.2. If I had done all my puzzles on Thursday, I think that would have taken it down to 3. But now, skipping a day, I'm back up to 4 over 4. So I had to do extra puzzles on Friday. And that messed with me. That took a lot of time. But by the way, as we call him in this house, the puzzle guy, has said that they are looking for new puzzle proofreaders for Penny Press magazines. And he said, if I know of anyone who'll be interested in receiving these unpublished puzzle sets, you solve the puzzles and you see if you find any mistakes, and then you send your findings back in to forward them his email. And there is a test that you have to take. They'll send you a bunch of different puzzles to see if you can find the mistakes in those puzzles. But if you pass the test, you can become a tester. The hourly wage, I mean, some of these sets, I might be spending over an hour a day on them. So it's like 20 hours that I put in for a $35 payment. So the hourly wage is not worth it, but you're getting free puzzles. I used to order puzzle magazines by these 10 expired magazines, and so I always had a thing of puzzles around to work on. So if you're interested, my email should be in the description box. You can send me an email, and I will send the information on to Pete, the puzzle guy. Okay, so that was Friday. I finally, around 9 o'clock at night, had a chance to play with yarn. I finished up my first project from my Clean the Cart. I told you I didn't bring the book with me. Okay. I got that new book from Vanna's Choice Yarn of little stuffed animals. So I pulled some yellow yarn and some brown yarn from my cart, and I made this giraffe. Ta-da! Okay, he's small and he works up quickly. There's a lot of sewing. And the pattern isn't written in the exact style that I think most of us are used to. So there are good points, there are bad points. But I will continue to make stuff from that book. I did put two little, I don't know if you can see them. I added two little like nostrils. I just took some of the yellow yarn and made little stitches on his face. Okay, then it was time to really play with yarn. Since I sold 3 monsters between yesterday's order and the custom order that was going out, I decided it was time to make some more monsters. So this is my free pattern on my blog for the November monster. And I just had fun with this guy. And this used the green, somewhat scratchy yarn that I had on my cart. And it did use a little bit of the yellow yarn. And then I made another one with this guy. Okay, let's get the hair out of the eyes. Nope, you didn't get all the hair out of his eyes. There we go. When I made the nose, I thought the nose looked more like a mouth. So I just left it as is. And yes, he does. The hair does go wild there. I finished off the green yarn. And then I changed to the yellow for the top half of him. So, let's see. Between this green yarn and 2 projects that I made this morning, I finished off 2 cakes of yarn from my cart. And the yellow yarn that I used for this guy went from 2.6 ounces to about 0.5 ounces. So I'm almost done with this too. Sometimes, oops, don't fall. Sometimes this guy, when I try to put him up, he doesn't stand all that well. So I have to like posture, hold your neck up straight to get him to, there he goes again. Hold your neck up straight, posture, there we go. He needs a little spinal adjustment sometimes to stand up straight. So I was up until almost midnight, finishing up the second of my monsters to finish up this guy. Fortunately, it's no-sew. So I didn't have to worry about sewing stuff on at midnight because I don't do well with that. It's just these braids made with the lace weight yarn that I have on the second shelf of my cart. They took a while. It took considerably longer to put the hair on this guy than it did to put on the other guy who just has short little worsted weight braids. So then this morning, I did get the second Etsy order from that lady, so all 3 monsters are ready to go. And last night, I got an order from Lori. Thank you, Lori. And I told Lori, okay, I'll get your package out. I'll get your package out in the morning. I'll have it in tomorrow's mail. First, I had to make some gifts to go in the monster order and Lori's order. I'm not going to show them because I'm going to make Lori wait until she gets her package to find out what her special surprise gift was. So it did use up one cake of yarn from my craft cart, and it used up some yarn from Lori's bag number 2. Is that tacky to send her a free gift that's made with something that she sent me? I don't know. Okay, so I had my muffins for breakfast. Fast breakfast today. I played my games, my word games. Wordle, Bog Gobbler, World Winner. Got all my games out of the way. And I did 2 puzzles while I was having my breakfast. Okay, I got that half done. Oh, I got to make these gifts to go with these. So I made Lori's, and I took it out to the mailbox. Then I got the second gift made for the monsters. And I look out and the flag's still up. And I'm looking down the dead-end street that's across from us. There's no flags up. And according to our informed delivery, we weren't going to get any mail today. So I'm thinking, oh man, I think the mail already went today. I think I missed the mail. Well, the town post office is open till noon. So I'm gathering up my stuff to go out to the mailbox. And I look at the clock. I'm gathering up the stuff. Okay, I'll go get Lori's package from the mailbox. I'll go put on some makeup and comb my hair and use the bathroom, and then I'll go to the post office. And I look at the clock. It's 11:50. The post office closes at noon. It's 3 miles, 5-minute drive. I grabbed my keys and I ran out the door. I'm thinking, okay, it's in the 50s. It's not raining out. It was raining by that time. And it was in the 40s now. I didn't put a coat on. I just grabbed my keys and the second package and got Lori's package from the mailbox and zoomed off to the post office and got there at 11:56. So I got the packages out. So that was my madcap morning. Now I'm going to make myself some lunch, try to figure out what I'm doing for dinner today. I still have no idea. It might be Salisbury steak because we have mushrooms to use up. And I have some laptop work I need to catch up on. But then I'm just going to play with my craft card a little bit more. I think these guys go in 2 different listings. Actually, they should both go in this one listing. I'm going to make some more Messy Hair Monsters because both of those Etsy listings, I think there's one that specifically has the November monster in it, and another one where I just freehanded monsters and put messy hair on them. So I think today is going to be a monster day, where I just make them up as I go along and put lots of hair on them, like, da-da-da, and see if I can finish off a few more cakes of yarn for my craft cart. Because I did a quick count, and I think it came up to 33 cakes originally. I've used up 2, so I need to do at least 1 cake per day to finish off that craft cart by the end of May. But I'm going to have fun doing it because I get to just play with yarn. So that's that. I am going to go see what I can come up with for lunch. I don't think I have any leftovers. And it's going to be interesting to see what I can come up with. But I'll do some laundry. I'll do some more puzzles. Make sure I get my quota in today. And just play with yarn. I'm going to get an extra time playing with yarn today. Bye-bye.